Hey there everyone, I'm Jordan at Afterburner Automation, and today we're going to build our very first bot together using A360 Community Edition. If you've been taking all my other courses leading up to this point, I'm sure you're excited to get started, so let's just jump right in. We'll start by logging into the control room and navigating to the automation section. Again, if you'd like to follow along and you're not able to, feel free to stop this course and take the Automation 360 Installation and Setup course so that you can configure the free Community Edition. Once you get to the Automation section, you'll see that you're in the main Bots folder. There are a couple of ways to build a new bot here that I went over in the previous course, but I'm going to click on Create New at the top right, and then select Bot. The Create Task Bot pop-up will appear, where it's asking us for some basic information. First, we have to give this bot a name, which I'm going to set as My First Bot. You can also give the bot a description, which can be helpful when you have a lot of bots and need to know the basics of what each one does. For this course, we're going to make a very simple bot that will put a message box up on the screen that says Hello World. So I'm going to set the description as displays Hello World in a message box. If we wanted to, we could also change the folder that this bot is stored in, but I'm going to keep it in the main bots folder. So now we can click Create and Edit to get started. This opens up the RPA Workspace, which is the core A360 product where bots can be built and tested. On the top left, you'll see our bot name, so we know we're in the right place. You'll also see the main part of the screen in front of you, with start and end and drag and action here in between them. Those are pretty clear instructions, but where are the actions? If you look over to the left, you'll notice that the normal sidebar has been collapsed. In its place is the Actions sidebar. This is where almost every single automation tool package in A360 is stored. Each package that's installed in your control room will show up here, and each package will have one or more commands that you can use in your bot. Feel free to scroll through this sidebar and explore what kind of options you have, but when you're done, scroll down to where it says Message Box, and click on the caret to the left. You'll see that the message box package only has one command, which is also called message box. Let's click and hold the left mouse button on that command and drag it over to where it says to drag an action. You'll see now that we have the start of our bot, our message box action, and then the end. You'll also notice that the right sidebar now has some options of how we can use that message box. That's because our message box command is currently selected in the main section. If I were to click away from the message box, those action details go away because the message box command isn't selected anymore. If I select it and then select it again, it'll completely collapse the right sidebar. To expand that sidebar again, all we need to do is select the command again. Or, alternatively, if we move the mouse over to the side of the screen, an icon with an arrow will appear that we can click on. So now let's define what we want our message box to say. You'll see that since we clicked away without finishing this command, there's a red exclamation mark next to the Enter the Message to Display field. That's because this field is required for your bot to be able to run. Let's go ahead and type Hello World into that field. Then, click Save on the top right-hand side of the screen. You'll notice that the red exclamation mark is gone, so our bot's ready to run. Let's go up to the top right-hand side of the screen and click Run. You'll see it compile and download your bot. Then pretty quickly, our message box appears saying, Hello World. You'll also notice that the bot running window has appeared on the bottom right-hand side of the screen. This window lets you track the progress of where we are in our bot, and as long as that window's there, our bot is still running. You can see that it's stuck on line 1 of 1, which is our message box command. Message boxes have to be closed for bots to continue, so let's click on Close. the bot running window will go away and we'll get a nice message letting us know that our bot has run successfully. But what if we don't want to have to click the close button for our bot to finish? Let's tweak our command a bit to make that possible. Go ahead and close the success message, and let's reopen our message box command. You'll see that we have some other options that we haven't touched yet, one of which is a checkbox at the bottom that says Close Message Box After. This option lets our message box close on its own after a certain amount of time. It defaults to 5 seconds, but let's change that to 20 seconds to give us just a bit more time. We can also change some other things while we're here. First of all, let's change the first option, which is the message box window title, so that it reads My First Bot. Let's also mess with that third option, scroll bar after lines. This lets us decide how many lines the message box shows before it makes us click on the scroll bar to see more. To experiment with this, let's set that to 1, and then we'll make our message 2 lines by putting our cursor in between hello and world and pressing enter. Instead of pressing save this time, I'm just going to click run. You'll notice that it automatically saves our bot when I do this, and after it gets set up, our message box will appear. We can already see our changes here, with My First Bot set as the title, and now we can only see part of our message. We can see the rest by clicking down on the scroll bar on the right. Finally, you'll see that there's a countdown at the bottom, and if we wait for that countdown to finish, the message box closes all on its own and we get our success message. Congratulations! You've just built your first bot and gotten a good sense of the basics of building bots in the RPA Workspace. Hey everyone, thanks for watching. For more RPA training, check out the next video here, or watch everything in order right here. Subscribe to my channel for updates on new content, and become a patron to get access to personalized RPA support. But until next time, I'm Jordan at Afterburner Automation, and I hope this helps you build better bots.